This is Timothée Chalamet, okay?
Yeah.
He's on a rocket ship.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Life could not be any better.
Coasting to the sky.
Oh, he's in that Marty Supreme jacket and he's just taken off. Okay?
Totally.
And then Timothée Chalamet opens his big mouth.
And
The mics are hot, and so's the gossip. Let's get into it in 3.
Welcome to In 3. I'm Danielle Graham.
And I'm Callie. I am going to start off the show because, you know, I love to bring props and treats and things.
Yes.
And what dominated the headlines this week was the battle of the fast food CEOs.
Yes.
In particular, McDonald's.
Oh my God.
Taking the most silliest little bite.
It was a nibble at best. Sure didn't look like he liked it.
And, well, I think I don't know if he's ever seen a burger before. It was like he was like an alien on Planet Burger. So I brought us some little snacks.
Okay.
To show them how it's done.
Okay. What are we having?
Excuse me.
What are we having? Oh my God. Are we in the A&W family?
Well, actually, this is Burger King.
I haven't had a Burger King in a very long time.
And I have never had Burger King.
Does not surprise me in the least.
So, you know what? I thought, let's do it.
All right. What'd you get us?
Everybody's eating burgers. And so I wanted a bite.
And really, Burger King won the argument here. Burger King's clapback was...
Burger King was on it. And I think we need to celebrate.
Did you get me a Bacon King burger?
Danielle, I do not know what I ordered. I pressed the first one that came up. Is this not the right order?
I don't know, but I love it.
Is it bad?
No, I love it so much.
You eat bacon?
I don't know. I eat everything. I'm more worried about you.
I was going to say, okay. Wow.
Here we go. Okay, are you going like McDonald's bite or are you going Burger King CEO bite?
No, I'm going Burger King CEO.
Okay.
That's so lame.
It is.
Here we go.
That's delicious.
You know, when the things come up in the cultural zeitgeist that have to do with food, I got you.
You really do. I don't know how you kept that warm too. You got it. It's perfect.
So we definitely just showed them how it's done.
We did.
And I'm new here. And even I took a better bite than him.
You destroyed that. He was trolled so hard.
Can we talk about my rebrand?
We really need to.
Yeah.
Look at the growth.
I know.
Yeah. Like
but it is a testament to where I'm at with my health.
It's
because
true.
for so long I had such a limited diet because of the conditions that I was battling. And I feel like this is a celebration of good health.
Yes.
And good burgers.
Yes.
And small finger claps for us.
I'm just happy to have you here on this side of things.
Thank you.
Because you know I love to eat.
It is a joy.
Oh, it's a
joy and a pleasure.
It's a joy and a pleasure to share these things with you. So thank you for that.
You are so welcome.
We got some Travis Kelce news this week.
I know, finally.
Unsurprisingly,
Right.
Travis has confirmed he is going back for another season with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. Not a surprise, but
No.
still was like a moment on Instagram. He did announce it through the New Heights Instagram page,
Yes.
which of course they're really good at bringing more attention and focus back to the podcast.
Are they
which
ever?
Ultimately is going to be his retirement plan.
Yeah. He's built the runway. Why is everyone talking about Mama Kelce's house being renovated? Why is this news? Donna Kelce is like doing a full remodel on her modest
it's not
home.
even a full remodel. It's windows and doors.
Oh, how do we
think.
even know these specifics?
Like
It's so ridiculous.
I think maybe she had to apply for some kind of permit.
Okay.
And then so it was like public information. And then TMZ posted it in the most innocuous, like, you know, a TMZ whatever throwaway.
and
And it went completely viral. I think it had like 30 million views.
oh my God.
And then not upstaging her son, who just made the biggest announcement possibly about, you know, the last season of his
Exactly.
career. The New Heights post got 1.7 views. 1.7 million views. And
Hers.
silly little
Doors and windows
post got 30 million.
I love it.
But the world can't get enough of Mama Kelce.
we love her. We love her.
I'm like, I need to see this progress. Maybe we should have an HGTV show. Like,
what's happening
tell us
over there?
more.
Tell us everything. What kind of windows are you getting?
Yeah, I want to know. want to know. Let's talk about the money for Trav.
Oh, yeah.
So he signed for a 1-year deal, which does make sense because
we can't really commit to more than that.
We need to move on after this. Like this is the quote unquote Hail Mary. We'll get to that later.
Yes, we will.
But this is his Hail Mary, right? Like trying to go out on a bang.
Yep.
I feel like every time we try to do this, listen, I'm sending him the best vibes.
Of course.
So he signed a 1-year deal for a minimum of 12 million, maximum of 15. Okay. So that's about a $5 million pay cut from what he was getting from the previous 2 years.
Okay. Huh.
Which makes sense.
He's older.
And apparently he had other offers from other teams that were higher, but he really wanted to go out with his guys, which makes total sense. And
it does.
Ultimately, this isn't about the money for him, right? This is about getting Super Bowl, leaving on a high.
Yes. Finishing a season the way he wants to, wrapping up his NFL career the way he wants to.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is not, $5 million is literally $5.
Yeah. I mean, over the course of his career, he's made like $115 million just in salary.
That's right.
So this is not about the money. But my question is, he's getting a pay cut, but technically keeping him on and keeping Taylor in the NFL sphere is going to just bring them more money.
100%.
So he should have gotten a raise.
Yeah,
he's about to lock that down.
Yeah, you're right. He should
think.
be like, you know what I've done. Everyone knows what she's done for NFL and viewership and interest from women in this new demographic. You're right.
Right?
Very fair point.
Why is Trav getting a pay cut when he's bringing the eyeballs?
Yeah, you're right.
Or maybe they should just send a bonus over to Taylor because she's actually the one bringing the eyeballs.
She actually did. Absolutely did.
Yeah. So the cutest part about his announcement is he did an interview with the Pat McAfee show.
Okay.
And Pat actually, in the most respectfully way, said, "Do you mind if I ask you about Taylor?"
Oh, that's nice.
And Trav's response was, "Of course." I always want to talk about Taylor, which I loved because I do think that there can sometimes be an ego thing. You know, this is about me, and don't talk about my superstar, fiance.
And I also don't want to talk about her all the time because I want to be respectful of our privacy and our relationship. I like that. Do you mind if I ask you? That's a very gracious way in. That's nice.
And I loved his response. And I think that's why he's perfect for her.
Yeah.
But he asked about how Taylor motivated him to go back or how she kind of like imprinted on him to make this decision.
Right.
And he had the nicest things to say. He said, "It's amazing to see her keep going to the table, keep finding new things to write about, keep finding new melodies and things. And on top of that, still seeing her have the love and joy in what she does." He said, "That's motivating for anyone to see, let alone a fiance. And knowing I'm going through something where I'm trying to figure out exactly what my future holds for me." He said, "Something that definitely motivates me to say, you know what? I'm not done either. I've still got some ideas in the back of my mind and I've still got some juice left to play this game."
Oh, that's great.
So he did a little nod to her in terms of how she motivates him to be his best self.
Listen, these two could not be more perfect for one another.
Yeah.
For the ways that they understand the other person's career and choices and the need that they have to keep going and keep pushing. They are so well suited. I couldn't imagine anybody else for either of them,
Yeah, we wish him the best in his season because let this be the last one.
Amen.
Amen and hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Okay.
Another story from this week that is not surprising that we called, but we have to talk about.
Yeah.
And it is Meghan Markle and Netflix are like completely severed now.
Right.
So we know the show wasn't being renewed. And now the As Ever brand is not in partnership or supported by Netflix.
Right.
It's done. We knew this was going to happen. There was lots of speculation, and now it is confirmed, which is not surprising, nor is the response from Meghan and her team on the end of this partnership. And it's that thing we keep saying, just be honest. I want to be David Beckham.
Be honest.
Be honest. Be honest.
She can't.
She can't because this has now come to an end. So Netflix is no longer part of the product line as they were at the beginning of this whole
as ever
Meghan and more forevermore in perpetuity.
Yeah,
be honest. So her statement was, Meghan is grateful for Netflix partnership through the launch of our first year. We've experienced meaningful and rapid growth, and As Ever is now ready to stand on its own. We have an exciting year ahead. How about let's try Yeah, we're disappointed that partnership didn't work out. We know we wanted that to continue. We're so thankful for the launch pad that Netflix gave us.
Right.
That's honest, because you can't say to me, we're good to not have Netflix. Like, we're good to not have this global brand back us. We actually don't need them anymore. We don't need Netflix. We are like ready to take the training wheels off. Calling Netflix the training wheels of your brand? Come on.
Well, that's her spin.
I know, but it's like, this is the reason people have a problem.
Of course.
Like, just say it didn't work. Just say it wasn't the success you wanted it to be, and this wasn't the partner you needed.
Yeah.
And now don't say thanks for the launch. You know what I mean?
I mean, for sure. And coming at it from like an entrepreneurial standpoint, like that was her investor.
Exactly.
So she's kind of screwed.
Yeah.
Unless maybe the Amazon thing that we've been talking about, with the fact that she's been associated with Amazon so much lately, and maybe they're going to swoop in, and maybe her friend Jeff will help on the other side. But you're right. Like, I think that this is there's such an insincerity about everything that she comes with. And I think there's always all these opportunities for her to come and be actually relatable.
Yes.
And be actually sort of like raw and real with us. And that's what we've been asking this whole time. And every single time an opportunity comes where she could come with that energy, she chooses spin, lie.
Right. Which leaves us eye roll.
Exactly.
And that's not, those aren't people who want to buy your products or watch your shows if we're constantly eye rolling the way in which you handle these things.
Yeah.
And I do think when the brand launched, there were items that were sold out, but I think those were just the Meghan devotees
and
that
curiosity.
And they wanted to get their hands on it. There was no repeat customers here. No one was buying jam on a 3-month basis when their jam ran out.
No one's got a jam subscription.
No one's subscribing to the jam. And we have heard a lot of reports that there were closets and storage rooms full of products at Netflix, that they were just giving it out like candy on Halloween. Just
exactly.
You get a jam, and you get a jam, and you get a flour sprinkle, and you get a crepe
almost
mix.
Like, please take this.
Please take
like,
it.
let me just load up a little bag for you to take home to everyone who comes in. And that was the joke. And the other joke was that the stuff that they did send people home with were like defective, right? The candles without the wicks, like, how would I light this anyways? So yeah, not a huge surprise. And ultimately this is Netflix, just like they've been backing out slowly, right? Like with their production deals, and now they have the first look deal. Guaranteed that will be gone within the year as well. And they're just like done in front, like they're done with the Meghan Markle business.
Yeah, it's like a slow breakup. I've broken up with a guy like this before.
Yeah,
where it's like, no, I can't really hang.
Yeah.
I'm kind of busy.
Unavailable.
Cancel. And then you have to have the conversation.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This was a slow backing out
it's
of
like,
a
we're moving
relationship.
too fast. I need to take it slowly. And then it's an I'm unavailable. And then it's
this isn't going to work.
Peace.
Bye.
The question is, what will they do now? Because I think I wouldn't be surprised if As Ever just kind of just sort of like ghosts.
Like it fizzles.
Yeah, like ghosts out, which is what they do sometimes too with the podcast and everything, where it's like, where did that go anyways?
Home
just
Sense. It ends up at Home Sense.
Yeah, like nothing is made of it. It's just sort of like not there anymore.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't be surprised about that, because it's not working. We already knew it wasn't working. And that leaves them with a whole lot of nothing right now, which is why I think they've been going on these quote unquote humanitarian trips.
Right.
They went to Jordan a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And they're planning on going to Australia, but Australia is not having it.
Australia's not having it.
They don't want them there. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Australia trip in mid-April is facing backlash from the locals. They've even filed a petition stating that their visit should be deemed private celebrity visit and not as a royal visit.
But it's not a royal visit.
They say Australian taxpayers must not be expected to fund security, logistics, and government coordination for these people. And it's a change.org petition.
Wow.
But they're not wrong, because this is the proverbial issue with them. It's like, are you royals or are you celebrities with a jam company? Like, it's very hard to understand what you're doing.
Right.
I think if they actually wanted to start doing, I think they should do more humanitarian stuff and back out of like the celebrity. They never would, because she could never.
Couldn't.
But if they were able to, I would say backing away from the entrepreneurial stuff, moving more towards going back to that humanitarian kind of like public servant
Yes.
space would be the only place that I think that they would be well received.
Yeah, and that really was one of the main reasons they connected.
Yeah.
As people in their early dating. It was all the good they wanted to do in the world.
Exactly.
Go back to that. That's great advice. I was reading that Australia was a place they wanted to go to expand and to bring the As Ever brand there, because right now As Ever is only available in the US. So this was an opportunity to expand to a global market with the products. And
Maybe.
So that's
Well, they don't
part
want
of
him.
it. Australia says, no, thank you. We got our own jam.
Australia says, I'm good on the jam.
I'm good, thanks.
I'm good on all of it.
I will say my daughter loves that jam. That
Really?
you get. Loves
Oh, so you guys
it.
are enjoying it.
She loves it.
Okay.
You can't get it here if you're in Canada. Sorry.
Yeah.
But B loves it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I just gave my flour confetti sprinkles away.
Oh, so I haven't
So
used mine yet.
Haven't
we all know
been
that.
haven't been really enjoying those in my life, but hey, there's a person and a place for everything.
There is. Okay, today's show is a smorgasbord.
It's a smorgasbord.
We are covering all kinds of
Our
stuff.
favorite.
We are indeed. And before we line it up for you,
Yes.
Hit that subscribe button.
Please.
If you're in the app right now, just hit subscribe, follow along so these episodes drop into your pod player every single week. All right. We're going to start with Ryan Gosling, who is capital E everywhere right now.
He's capital O on.
Oh, is he ever?
He's turned all the way up.
Full volume, full
send,
exposure,
as they
full
say on Summer
everything.
House.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. He's promoting Project Hail Mary,
Yes.
and he's bringing out the big guns.
The big guns and the big cheekbones.
Yeah. So true.
Is that rude?
Not at all. We're going to talk about Britney. This one is a tough story.
Yeah.
And we have not talked about Britney in a while because
We
it's
haven't.
just like, it's so heartbreaking.
Too
and
dark.
Too dark.
But of course, I think we need to talk about the update of her
Yeah.
DUI
Yeah.
and all the things that have happened since and that we've learned. Ultimately, the world is rooting so hard for Britney. And it's just so heartbreaking to see her fall apart
It really is.
before our very eyes.
It really is. So we're going to talk about all of that, where the Free Britney movement people stand
Yeah.
in the wake of everything that's happened.
Yeah.
And then Timothée Chalamet went and put his foot in it.
What the heck?
What on earth?
How to lose an Oscar in 10 words.
Honestly.
Like,
So true.
are you okay? And Matthew
No.
McConaughey? Like, why is he not getting heat for this?
I know, he co-signed it. He laughed and he said, "I get what you're saying. You're right." Timothée Chalamet has shaded the ballet and opera community in a way that is not landing very well ahead of the Oscars, which
Really
are
not.
this weekend, and the Oscar in which Timmy was at one point a front runner for.
And wants it so bad.
You don't say.
So
Yeah.
this is strange moves, bro.
Yeah, and I think he knows it. Anyway, we've got lots to say
Yeah.
on the Timmy front, and then at the end of the show, a third wheel for you.
Yes.
It's actually a third, fourth, fifth, and sixth wheel.
Right.
Right?
6 wheels today.
6 wheels today on the show.
It's like a bus.
It's
It's a bus of entertainment.
it sure is, and it is with some of the cast of the new Amazon Prime show Scarpetta, which
Yeah.
is we got to have an early watch of the show, an exclusive watch before the interview, and it is so good. Stars Nicole Kidman,
Jamie Lee
Curtis,
Curtis,
Simon Baker, Bobby Cannavale.
Yeah.
And we talked to some of the cast from that show
Yeah.
later in the show.
Such a great chat.
Yes, it is. Okay, Cal.
Okay.
The Gosling. The
Gauze.
Yeah.
I love the gauze.
The other RG in my life.
Oh, yes, that's
Yes.
right. Every time I write it to you, I'm like, right, that could go either way.
It's true.
I love the gauze.
Yes.
I'm always happy to see him on my screen.
Me too.
I find this to be a gift, his little press tour. But he has come out guns ablazing.
Has he ever? He came out to play.
He did.
And as we've talked about on this show before, this is what is required
Yeah.
of movie stars now to promote
Exactly.
their films.
Yeah.
It's like you want to reinvigorate movies. You want people back in the theaters. You want people to buy tickets. You want butts in seats.
What
This
you
is what
got.
you have to
Show
do.
us what you
yeah.
got.
And Ryan Gosling was like, hold my beer. Yeah. Because I got it all covered.
He understood the assignment.
ever?
Mama Eva Mendes is on board, clearly.
It's
She's
true.
loving it.
I loved his SNL performance so much. And it reminded me, because I know he's good. Like,
Yeah.
I know he's good, but we don't see him often enough to kind of like remember how good he is all the time.
Right.
He is so funny.
so
and I often
funny.
forget that. He's such a great comedic actor.
He is. And he has such a good time.
Yeah.
Like, a lot was made about the fact that that he breaks a lot. Like
I love
he
that.
giggles. It's my favorite thing.
Same.
It's I could watch that. That's like
Same.
I want that all day.
Same.
And he's sort of notorious for this. And I think it's because like he really lets himself go to the silliest places.
Yes.
And he fully kind of commits. What was he wearing for that monologue?
I don't know.
Is he Beetlejuice now?
I don't know.
What's going on? That red shirt with the pinstripe suit? No.
I know. It wasn't the look.
It takes a lot to make Ryan Gosling look like unappealing to me.
Right.
But that suit really did it.
But then you keep cutting back to like perfect Harry Styles and his perfect coolness. I also loved that Ryan Gosling called out how cool Harry Styles is.
Well, he did. I thought I
it
found
was
it
so
to be
funny.
peculiar that his entire monologue was about Harry
the
Styles.
whole thing.
But it's like, I also really respect Ryan because some people would be like, no, I want it to be about me,
my movie,
my good looks, my talent. And he was like,
Over to you.
fuck it.
I loved that. And you're right. Especially a movie star, they wanted to be about them.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He was like, no, I came to play. And that's honestly, I think what makes a movie star is the willingness to open up that space and to have fun and to break character and laugh and do all of those things. I also think because he is so funny, he must be the best dad. Could you imagine how fun he would be as a dad?
My question, though, in all of this, as I've been watching Ava and Ryan together for the first time really in a decade.
We never see them together.
We'll get to that. But do you think that they laugh in their marriage?
Okay.
Because I find her to be so serious.
Yeah. Oh, they both were. So that's my initial feeling was always these two are taking themselves way too seriously.
Right.
They take their relationship seriously and life seriously. They take breathing seriously. Like everything is like
they take
deadly.
injectables seriously.
Seriously. And they didn't look to have a lot of like levity and effervescence in their relationship.
That's
it was just
how
like
I
we
felt.
are actors. But I actually think they must be more. Now that we see a little bit more, they do have a playfulness. I think they just don't give us access to it.
Maybe. And then that's for them if they don't want to give us access. But I think it would do them some good.
It would.
Because it's much more fun
To see them
in a lighter space.
I totally agree. Have you ever Google searched image them? There are so few photos of those two together.
Literally, like they co-starred. They
Place
met
Beyond the
through
Pines.
that movie.
Yes.
In like what was that, 2010 or 2011?
It was a TIFF movie, yeah.
And they were on the carpet there together. Hadn't confirmed that they were a couple yet. So they weren't like posing together like that. They were posing as co-stars. And then nothing since. Nothing.
No.
Except maybe like the odd paparazzi photo.
That's right.
In New York.
And then Ryan has to promote this big movie. Have we mentioned the name of this movie? Project Hail Mary.
Yes.
Which, by the way, my husband has read the book, given the book to everybody he's
obsessed.
ever met in his life. Says this book is incredible. You must read it. And the reviews of this movie are amazing. Like Ryan Gosling has really apparently nailed this. So Project Hail Mary, he's coming out to promote this thing. And he brings out his wife.
Yeah, on Jimmy Fallon.
The reclusive Eva Mendes, who we never see.
Never.
Comes walking out.
Well, we see a lot of her on her own social media.
Yes, that's true.
If you follow her, you know. If you know, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess. So was this pre-planned in your opinion? I mean, obviously it was planned with Jimmy, but do you think she knew?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you thinking she didn't because of the outfit?
No, I don't know. I mean, she's playing it off like it was a surprise, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll get you back for this later, as though it was some shock. And then she showed a behind the scenes of her getting ready for SNL, and she was like, I'm doing extra glam just in case he surprises me with a camera backstage again.
Yeah. Nothing is unintentional with these two.
Right.
She knew what was going on because honestly, any husband knows, don't surprise your wife. Don't do that. Don't do that.
There are no surprises in my home.
No, thank you.
Nope.
Never. Don't want it. Don't think about it.
No.
And especially don't surprise me in front of people with
With
a
a camera.
on
No,
national television.
not happening.
No. So I think he would know better not to surprise.
Right.
But it was
Right.
nice to see them. And they feel like teenagers in love all the time. Don't they have that feeling?
They do have a like
they're like this.
they're into each other.
they're
You can feel that.
super-
There's like an electricity.
Yeah. And they're flirty with each other.
Yeah.
Like, they really do seem as though they are like very deeply in teenage love.
Aw.
But in a grown up way. It's
I love that for them.
It's very, very sweet. I think it's really lovely.
Yeah, but also we know what sells tickets.
Exactly.
And we know what gets headlines, and we know
Viral
what
content.
creates interest.
That's right.
So there is section of people who have been waiting for this movie. It's a massive blockbuster.
Huge.
A lot has
Mega.
been made about this for months and months and months and months, maybe years. So I think there's a selection of people that didn't need to be sold anymore.
Yeah.
But then there's, the other community, like I would put myself in there
Sure.
where I'm like, sci-fi, I don't know. But the headlines about these two making their first public appearance together in 10 years definitely perked up my attention.
It sure did.
Like, I'm interested.
And the viral moments.
And so they know that.
They absolutely do.
Yes, they could be two teenagers in love, or they're actors who know what sells tickets and puts butts in seats.
That's a really good point, too.
Which, like, more power to them. Do your thing.
Right.
Where do you go from here is the question. He's also doing a bunch of other major, like, Star Wars movies. Like, he's going to have to find a new trick for that. But for all intents and purposes, I am bought in. I am sat.
Same.
This movie
It's
has
working.
gotten 96% critics rating.
I know.
So, like, I'm going to, like, I'm not an outer space girly.
No, you're not.
I will see this movie.
I will, too. Absolutely see this movie. Apparently,
Also, that alien's so cute.
You're in. These two also, I don't know if you know this, they live in a farmhouse, like in the middle of nowhere on acreage. Like
Where?
it's in California.
Okay.
So they have access to Hollywood and all of that. But they do live a very like homesteady, reclusive life to create as much normalcy for their children as possible.
I love that.
I do too. Like we've never even seen their kids.
Right.
Never. Nope. And that's all by design. So he's going to come out, do all this press and all this promo and do all the red carpets, interviews and appearances, and then back to the homestead.
Did you see the junkets where, well, there was one particular junket where the host of the show got stranded on the side of the road because his bus broke down?
I know those people. That's Jake.
You know him?
I know Jake.
Is he Canadian?
No, he is
So
Chicago
you know him from the junket
of course.
circuit. Okay.
Yeah.
So Jake got stranded on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Grand
Canyon?
In the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere. And had to take his interview with Ryan because, you have a
got a
time
time
that you're
slot.
slotted in. You better be online. You better be logged in. And his bus broke down. He was like, well, I guess we're rolling here. And so on he went onto this interview live from whatever stranded desert area he was in.
Exactly.
And Ryan didn't miss a beat.
Not
That's the
one.
thing too. He's so quick.
I know.
He was like,
Do you have water?
He was like, are you in a volcano? He's like, is help on the way? Like Jake kept trying to bring it back to the movie,
the character,
your
the book.
performance. And he was like, is help on the way though? And do you have water? Like it was he's just so quick. I love seeing him. I love this energy.
Same.
I love this lightness about him.
Same.
I do. A lot of people are, and I've made some shady comments. I'm just joking around, but a lot of people are talking about the fact that both Ava and Ryan do have significant transformations in their facial structures.
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, there have been some adjustments. It looks like, and some modifications.
Yeah.
I think it's even more alarming because we don't see them ever, and then when you see them, if you start to like step out a little bit more, it's not as
jarring,
obvious and jarring.
Yeah, because it's like progressive.
Correct. There was no progression here. It was just like bam.
Right.
Yeah. Ava more than Ryan.
A little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I do think maybe Ryan's actually dialed it back a little bit since his Barbie press tour. But it's still significantly different, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah, and they're both gorgeous. So
without a doubt.
I don't know if we need all that.
I know. I don't know if we need all that. Let's move on to Britney. This was a sad and heartbreaking piece of news that came across our feeds that Britney had been arrested for DUI. She was apparently driving erratically down the highway, weaving in and out of traffic, pulled over, arrested. And in the car, there was an unknown substance found, believed to be pills. It was found inside, and it was taken for testing.
Yeah.
So we don't know what kind of impairment Britney was under, but
there were a lot of question marks.
Many question marks.
What we do know is that her alcohol level was actually not over the legal limit.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
It was 0.06.
Okay.
And the legal limit is 0.08. But I think that that's not what they were concerned about. I think
in terms of
likely, the sobriety tests that they gave were showing impairment in other ways. This is speculation. This is all alleged. But And the fact they did find controlled substances in the car, allegedly.
Right.
So that was an interesting piece. So there was a lot of erratic behavior. Apparently there was a lot of like crying, and which of course, but it wasn't because she was over the legal limit with alcohol.
Right. Which yeah.
I mean, nothing is better or worse. It just is.
It is what it is. And I think, sadly, unsurprisingly, no one is surprised by this news.
Yeah.
Britney's Instagram and her social media in the last few months has been terrifying to watch. Absolutely terrifying, because she's got, from my eyeballs, progressively worse.
Right.
In the way she's showing up. It's like, oh, whoa, Britney. Like, there was Dancing with Knives, and then there's whatever we're seeing now, which is just, it's alarming. And it's like, is anybody going to show up there now? Is when she goes and posts these videos, does anybody think I need to go and knock on the door and check on her? Is anybody doing wellness checks on this person? Mm-hmm. How alone is she? How isolated is she? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or is anybody trying to reach her, get through to her, get her the help that she needs? Because her own rep has said that she does need help. Mm-hmm. So that was the statement that came out after the arrest. Her rep said Britney's going to take the right steps and comply with the law, and hopefully this can be the first step in a long overdue change that needs to occur in Britney's life.
Yeah, and that statement says so much.
It does.
Because I feel like, yes, this is her rep. It's Kate Hudson, right? Who's more like a friend. And I think that he's trying to make it right for her as her rep, but also wants us to know that they've been watching her need to have changes take place.
Yeah.
And I think they're all hoping, not to bring it back to the Hail Mary, but I think that a lot of the people in her world, not in her circle, because like you said, I don't know that there is anyone in her actual circle.
I think she's alone a lot.
I think the people in her world are hoping that maybe this will be a wake-up call for her and will allow them more access to help her get the help she needs. Because ultimately, it's up to her.
It is.
Unless the courts mandate, it's up to her. She has to submit herself to rehab or do whatever because unless they put her on a hold or the courts, again, mandate it, she's an adult.
She is. I do want to add that this DUI does not mean she's going back under conservatorship. I think there was a lot of people that were worried about that. It does not automatically trigger a conservatorship.
Would that be the worst thing?
Well, I want to talk about that because I do think since leaving the conservatorship, Britney has, from just what I see, has gotten worse. This freedom has not necessarily been a good thing for her. No. And I know that the Free Britney people, when she was arrested, were like, we still maintain and we stand by. Britney needs to be free. I believe Britney needs support. Mm-hmm. Britney needs some sort of like a framework to work in. I'm not saying she needs to be controlled. That's not the word. That's not the essence of what I'm saying. She needs like a scaffolding to kind of hold her up and to keep her in check and to make sure she's well. And she doesn't seem to have that. And I think she could be, to your point about having to submit herself to help, she could be reluctant to help because her history with help was complete and utter control.
100%.
So she could be in her mind thinking, never going down that road again. Last time I said I wanted help, I was controlled. I couldn't do what I wanted. I couldn't have a phone. I couldn't have my own money. No. So someone has to reach her to say there's different degrees of help and there's different degrees of support, and we can meet you where you are in your comfort of help, but you can't do this on your own.
Yeah, you're right. That was an oppressive situation. I think she was very much taken advantage of. She was forced to tour, to work, to have her residency in Vegas at a time when she was basically like unable to put one foot in front of the other.
Yep.
A lot of money was allegedly,
taken from her.
And like not having a phone, not being able to drive a car. Like that's not what we're saying here. No. But a conservatorship, like as you said, just to create a little bit of support and help her just sort of like live this free life, but without kind of falling apart. And ultimately, like, I think everyone's worried that she's gonna, that things are not gonna end well because this is not a healthy woman.
No, this is too much. I don't want to say freedom. It's just, there's no structure around her. And she went from all of that to none of it.
Yeah.
And clearly maybe didn't have the tools to navigate her life in a healthy way.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that there is some kind of team put in place. Maybe it doesn't look like a conservatorship, but it looks like something that is designed to support her through whatever she's going through. Because she doesn't seem well. Her son was seen visiting, which I was really happy to see.
Yes.
I hope there's more of that because Britney has spoken so often about the joy that her children bring her, and there was quite a lot of distance. And I hope that they're going to spend a little more time with their mom. No,
I have mixed feelings on this.
Okay.
And so does our audience.
Okay.
We polled our audience about whether or not they think it's sort of like the son's responsibility to come in and make things good for her.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. Like they are, 20, I think like early 20s and late teens. That's not a child's responsibility. Do we hope that they'll be there because they want to be there to support their mom? Yes, but they're still the kids.
Yeah, for sure.
And ultimately, the pressure of saying she's not good unless you do this, and you're the only thing that will make her
better.
right. That I think is an unreasonable pressure to put on them. I think they've been through a lot of trauma with her in the past. I mean,
And their dad.
yeah,
Yeah.
but we're talking about their responsibility to Britney.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they've been through a lot, and they might not be in a place where that feels
Right.
good for them. And they also have to think about their trauma
Of
and
course.
their mental health. And I would worry a lot about that.
Of course.
I think the fact that they seem to be mostly well adjusted, I mean, from what we know very little.
Is miraculous.
Miraculous.
It is. I'm not suggesting they need to be the people who put the team in place.
Yeah.
I was just happy to see that there was a visit.
Spending time. Of course. I
Right.
agree.
They're not there to say, Mom, we're going to get you this now, and we're going to take care of this for you now, and you need to take your meds now.
No,
not
for
that,
sure.
but just a presence of love.
Yeah, of course.
I think could really go a long way for her because I think ultimately Britney feels very unloved and very abandoned and very alone.
You're right. I think I just I don't know.
I know what
I
you're
always
saying.
feel icky when I feel like, kids are adultified in a way that's puts a lot of pressure on them to be like, Mom's only good if you go there today. And what if they don't feel like it?
Right.
What if it doesn't feel good for them?
Yep.
And 20 is still very young.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things. So I guess I worry because the internet is so like, go to your mom. They should be there. They should be doing, and it's like, I just have pause.
Yeah. That's so fair.
Just looking out for them.
Of course. They're young. They're young people.
I mean,
and
K-Fed certainly hasn't helped the situation.
Not at
Let's
all.
not forget that his book
Yeah.
came out a few months ago. And, we don't know, but I would imagine that added a lot more to the pressure cooker of Britney's life, of feeling already exposed and, as you said, unloved. And he exposed a lot of very raw and vulnerable details that are not for public consumption.
Not at all.
And so, yeah, he can take some responsibility for this.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he can make reparations, but certainly encouraging the kids to go and be there for her in a comfortable way
That feels good for them.
would make
You're totally
sense.
right.
Yeah.
Did you see that Britney allegedly terminated her sobriety coaches in the last few weeks leading up to this DUI arrest? And that makes sense too. Like she's kind of, she just really feels in a very dark downward spiral. And physically looks unwell. So I hope for now that the team is assembling and they're getting her help and support and she's feeling loved and that she stays offline. Like really.
Yeah. I was going to say that
it's just not.
She did, or
good.
someone did shut down her Instagram.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Which thankfully.
Okay. Like cleared it? Or
It's just gone. And this has happened a couple times
has.
over the years, that it's been gone and then it'll be back and it's gone and be back. I think right now, no Instagram videos, no scrolling, that is just very detrimental. We just need to focus on getting well. And I think less on dancing for Instagram.
That's right. And all anyone really wants to see is her pop up looking well. Like every time I see something from Britney on my feed, I'm like, is this the one where you're going to look well? And it just hasn't been. It's just been such a downward sort of spiral.
You remember when Oprah went and tried to help Lindsay?
Yeah.
Where's Oprah? I want someone outside of her circle that would not have any ulterior motives to come and just be like, hey, Britt, let's figure this out.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. Because then with...
Because I think with her family, of course she doesn't trust them.
No.
Nor should she.
No, apparently there are some family members are encouraging her to reconcile with her dad, which has sent her to the moon.
Right.
As anxiety. It should.
Yeah.
So help doesn't have to look like that. There's lots of other ways in which you can be supported and get the help you need. It doesn't have to be
it doesn't have
Papa
to be
Spears.
like Dad or Dr. Drew.
No.
Let's find someone else.
God. You did not just say Dr. Drew. What kind of time machine did you just get us in?
Sorry.
Oh, it's a good one.
Oh, Britt, we love you.
We love
just,
you.
Want her to live her best life.
Without a doubt. Okay. Okay. Timmy.
Oh, Tim. What are we doing here?
Done did it now.
Shoot.
Not great.
Not great at all.
This is Timothée Chalamet, okay?
Yeah.
He's on a rocket ship.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Life could not be any better.
Coasting to the sky.
Oh, he's in that Marty Supreme jacket and he's just taken off. Okay?
Totally.
And then Timothée Chalamet opens his big mouth
and
he is...
Down he goes.
In a big, spectacular way.
Big way.
Oscar was on this man's doorstep.
Literally. He was the favorite by far. Until last week. And it's interesting, though, because this interview he did with Matthew McConaughey came out at the end of February. Right.
So I don't know why it kind of resurfaced last week or surfaced last week.
Yeah.
But it did.
It
did. Made the rounds. And in this interview, there is a discussion about people's diminishing attention spans. And Matthew McConaughey, great interviewer too, by the way. Great dialoguer, I should say. It was more of a dialogue than an interview.
Yeah.
And he raises the topic and he wonders if in an age of short form and social media content, are we losing the patience for, he quotes, act ones. Okay?
Okay.
Timothée Chalamet's response is, I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though it's like, no one cares about this anymore. And then I can see in that moment, if you watch that interview, there's a flicker on his face.
Yeah.
And he knows.
And he gets a little shifty too.
He knows he's screwed up.
Yeah.
Because then he says, all respect to the ballet and opera people out there, I just lost 14 cents in viewerships. And then he starts doing that opera voice. Oh, right?
What was it?
Oh,
bellissima,
right? And there I could see it. I could see it in his face.
Yeah.
I could see it in his body language.
Oops.
He knew he fucked up. It was like, I think what happened, it's like he got too comfortable talking to a friend.
Yeah.
In an interview with you and I, Timothée Chalamet would never be this person.
Right.
But he was talking to a friend. He'd worked with Matthew before. They've got this like bro shorthand, comfortable thing. It's like he forgot he was in an interview and thought he was just hanging with his friend. That was a slip that is now seems to be impossible to recover from.
Except
that
he has said this exact thing.
He has?
More than once.
About opera and ballet being something that people don't care about?
Yep.
When?
2019.
This is old material?
And 2020.
This is the third time he said it?
This is the third time that I could find like on record.
Come on.
That he's used these exact same words. So this is not a new thought for him.
He's an old bit?
He has been feeling this way for some time.
Oh boy.
He has been like shouting this from the rooftop for years. And I think it's about time that he got called on it. Because this is really like, this is just out of line. What do you mean?
Why are the opera ballet people taking strays?
Why are they like no, but that's not even a stray. That's like a direct, that's like gun to head. The weirdest part about all of this, well, there are so many weird parts, but let's start here. His mom, his sister, and his grandmother were also professionally trained ballet dancers.
Oh my God.
They all went to the American Institute of Ballet.
Okay.
This
is like a personal thing? This
like
is
that.
so
it's like,
weird.
It's like, do you need to take this to the group chat, bro?
Like what?
Like, do you
Therapy?
need to, like, call
What's
your
happening?
Mom?
Oh
so
God.
that's weird because, you know, if anybody would know, like maybe if you had never been exposed to the ballet or the opera, you didn't know, but this is a part of your family legacy, okay?
Yeah.
And he, you know, and probably created an environment where he really felt like he could be his full artistic self.
Yes.
And he really considers himself a serious actor, a man of the arts.
Yeah, he's an artist.
Exactly. So I'm like, I just wouldn't expect this from him, considering all that he said about how he feels about the discipline of arts in general.
Yes.
And then the family connection. I'm like,
It
how
makes
does
no
his
sense.
mom feel? Did she call him and say, now Timmy?
Right.
So that's weird.
So weird.
And then also just like how I think he has an image problem.
He does.
Because it's like he has oscillated between being this big bad actor man who has a big ego and who, you know, that Marty Supreme kind of like blimp vibe, right? Where,
Yeah.
and you know, where he says this is his greatest performance to date and all this big talk. And then the Timmy we saw at the Golden Globes, who was sweet, humble, you know, just grateful. And so it's like, which one are you? Because this is giving the first one, big bucks, you know, movie bro.
Screw the ballet. Screw opera.
Yeah.
Movies only.
Or are you like a humble, grateful, respectful artist who's just happy to be in the room?
Well, or are you a chameleon and do you just
Oscillate.
shapeshift in any scenario where it works for you?
He was feeling the vibes from Bro McConaughey
Yeah.
and thought, you know what? I'm going to take this out of retirement.
I
this
can't
line.
believe he has said this so many times.
I know.
Unsurprisingly, the ballet and opera people took this very seriously.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because they do seem like a very serious bunch.
Yeah.
They don't take things lightly. This is
Yeah, but
art and
I
history.
think if people come for your
Craft.
industry and
Yeah.
your craft and the thing that you've spent your life on or your money on or
Yeah.
whatever, trying to keep this art form alive, both art forms that have been around for hundreds of years.
Yes.
You'd be pissed.
You would be pissed. It has helped out ticket sales,
Well, that's it.
which I was happy to see because I don't love outrage without action. You know, if you're outraged at something, go do something. I'm
Right.
not saying you got to buy a ticket if maybe that's not in your budget, but you can engage on social media. You can
Sure.
share, you can support. There's lots of ways you can let your outrage out.
Yeah.
And don't just be like mad behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
100%.
And their social media engagement has gone up, both the ballet and the opera companies, because of Timothée Chalamet. So they're happy about that.
Yeah, and everyone's trolling him. Like they're giving discount codes with the, you know, code word Timothy.
Jeopardy trolled him too. Whoever's doing Jeopardy social media right now,
Finger claps.
I love Jep. Do you know that about me? Huge
No.
Jep fan.
Ooh.
Mom, brother.
I am not smart enough for that shit.
I love Jep. In fact, my dream gig would be hosting Jeopardy.
No way.
I flippin'
Put that
love
out in the universe.
Jeopardy.
Okay.
Only if it fits in with our schedule.
Of course.
The other speculation is that this Oscar was never his to have. That this Oscar wasn't going to happen for him because of the big ego, as you mentioned, the dating Kylie, the outfits. It just wasn't Oscar vibe for people. So all of those things were actually very much working against him, and he was never going to be awarded the big prize.
So what, he just thought, like, I may as well just blow it here then?
No, I don't. I'm saying that I don't know that this did it. People are saying this didn't do it.
Right.
He was never going to get it because of the way he's living his life right now. It wasn't going to happen for him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I have thoughts about that. I guess we should say that since the interview kind of like went viral,
Yes.
his odds, you know, on Polymarket and all the places have like plummeted, like literally went from 70% to 30%. And now Michael B. Jordan is the favorite, who also won the BAFTA, who also won the actor award. You saw that movie this week.
You know what?
Sinners.
This is a note to self. Do more research. I just went and watched it. I was like, I just want to watch it. I need to watch it before the Oscars.
Yeah.
I want to. It's scary. I did not
I know
it
that's
was
why
scary.
I haven't seen it, because I can't watch scary like apocalypse vampire movies.
No, it's like eating people in
No,
their
I
necks
can't.
and
I
stuff.
can't do
Well, I
it.
did it. He's great.
But from what I hear, he's
really good.
amazing. He plays two
two
characters. And the stuff that I've heard about Michael B. Jordan in terms of how he prepped for each role and, you know, wore
very
smaller
good.
shoes for one of the roles because it helped him kind of like be a little bit of a tighter person and walk a little bit differently, and like all the things that he did. I honestly would love to see Michael B. Jordan win this.
He's so good in it.
My question is, though, is this not just proving that the whole thing is a popularity contest?
It always has been.
Because it's like, okay, so you didn't like something he said, so that changes how you feel about his performance?
Right. You
Because
didn't like
I
his
thought we
orange
were-
outfit?
I thought we were awarding performances.
I guess not. You're right. It's always been a popularity contest.
I know, but this is just so like,
agreed.
that's annoying me.
I would actually like you to see. Don't watch all of Sinners. You don't need to watch all of it.
I'll
Watch
watch
enough
with my eyes
to get
closed, but like with a little.
No, it's a while before it gets gory.
Okay.
So you can see enough of Michael B. Jordan and the two characters and get a sense of it. I would love for you to look at it now objectively.
Okay.
And decide who you think is the best actor.
Better performance.
Because you saw Marty Supreme as well. So I think
and
you
I didn't love it.
No, neither did I.
Like, do I think he's a great actor? But absolutely. I don't think anyone's questioning whether he's a great actor. I think people are questioning whether he's a good person.
That is definitely on the table for discussion.
Right?
It is. All that to say, we will find out on Sunday.
And you know what we'll also see is Misty Copeland, who's, prima ballerina, American ballerina, whom Timothée chose to wear that windbreaker when he was doing that campaign for Marty Supreme about the goats, and it was Tom Brady and it was Misty Copeland.
Yes.
So that's kind of ironic because
It
you did, in a way celebrate her in that campaign. She will be
just added
performing as a tribute to the song for Sinners.
Yes.
Ballet.
Yeah.
On the Oscars stage.
The cutaways to Timothée Chalamet are going to be so good.
Yeah, the producers are ready for that.
All I'm saying is he really should show up in a more subdued look. Don't come in a big flashy
what's
weird
done
thing.
is done, though, right?
I think it's time to humble himself again. I think to reveal to us the humble Timmy. I think it's time to bring him back.
Yeah, but we need to see some
club.
consistency with that.
Yeah, that's true too. He's all over the place. Speaking of Oscars, Sunday night is the big show. We can't wait. Obviously, we will be set, and we are bringing you a special Oscars episode next week.
Yeah.
So Tuesday, we'll drop our Oscars episode, full recap of red carpet, looks, glam,
all of
it. Yeah.
Oh
so a double episode week next week. I know, me too.
Yay.
I love this. And now time for our third wheel. Mm-hmm. I love when we bring people onto the show.
Same.
It's so fun.
Such a good conversation.
It really is.
This was so fun. I really loved binging Scarpetta.
Yeah.
As you said, we did get the chance to have a little advanced binge moment.
We sure did.
Devoured the whole thing.
Yes.
So it is all about Nicole Kidman, who is a medical examiner.
Mm-hmm. Kay Scarpetta,
based on the
very popular books, like wildly popular books,
right?
About Kay Scarpetta,
yeah,
and this case she's been trying to solve for a very long time in her career, yeah.
So half the show is present day. Mm-hmm. Kay Scarpetta now, Nicole Kidman, and her sister Jamie Lee Curtis, and their wildly dysfunctional relationship.
Watch the show for that alone because it's so good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the other half of the show is set 2 or 3 decades prior.
Right.
So you're seeing a younger version of Kay Scarpetta and, the bunch who are trying to solve this serial killer case.
That's right.
And it rears its ugly head again in present day. So it goes back and forth between these two timelines.
Which is great because you can see how the younger timeline sort of informs what we know about the older timeline of people.
Yeah.
And I love the back and forth of it.
Yeah.
The older timeline or the present day timeline, Nicole Kidman, Jamie Lee Curtis, as you mentioned, Simon Baker, Bobby Cannavale.
Yes.
So a really stacked cast of just fantastic actors.
Yes.
And then the younger timelines, we've got Rosie McEwen playing a young Nicole Kidman, Jake Cannavale playing a younger version of his dad, Bobby,
yes,
and Hunter Parrish playing a young Simon Baker.
Yes.
And that's the cast we had the chance to speak to.
Yeah.
About the show, about working, in the younger timeline, about taking inspiration from, these iconic actors.
Yeah, we did ask Rosie in particular, what Nicole Kidman role did you watch to take inspiration from, and I loved her answer.
I did too. Yeah. Yeah. You were like, oh, that's totally it.
Yes.
And then as far as Jake goes, he was playing a younger version of his dad, Bobby Cannavale.
Which is so cool.
It's super cool. Is there a shortcut there because you know this person well, or is it more challenging because you know them so well? We also play a little game of medical examiner lingo.
Yeah, we did. You really stumped them.
I really, I kind of nailed that language.
Yeah, you
I'm not
did.
gonna lie.
They were super impressed with you.
Thanks.
Yeah, they were. No, it was such a fun chat, and I feel like we're going to see a lot more of these actors. Mm-hmm. I think this is like a big springboard for their careers.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy the interview.
Enjoy.
Hey,
Hi,
hi, guys.
Hi.
Yes, I love it. We're like just welcomed into the living room here. Yes,
Welcome. That's how we roll. I hope you feel at home here.
we do.
It's lovely, yes.
Well, first of all, congratulations on the show. We consumed it. We love it. And for all of you, you're playing the younger versions of some really iconic actors and some really iconic characters. For Rosie and Hunter, how did you lock into that Nicole Kidman, Simon Baker mindset? Was there certain performances you looked at or movies you watched of theirs to pick up those mannerisms and those things that make them so definitively Nicole and Simon?
Your story is probably a little bit more involved than mine. I had a great long meeting with Simon when we first started. And then I watched him on set a little bit, and we had conversations about mainly energetic conversations, like how are we approaching this energetically, some mannerisms and stuff. And then we have an incredible dialect coach who works with all four of us. So that those were the pieces that kind of aligned for us.
Yeah.
I watched Birth, which was a really helpful reference, and I watched To Die For. So I went back and watched it all. I know.
Iconic.
So good. Yeah. I went right back to the sort of 90s films. And then I stopped because I was like, I'm not doing a Nicole Kidman impression, and I don't know what she's going to do with this character. So it didn't feel right to start sort of completely embodying her in different versions of herself. And then when we got to filming, we had some rehearsals together, we touched base together, we worked with a pathologist called Dr. Amy Hawes, who gave us loads of insight. And then again, same as you guys, we were watching each other a bit in the first few weeks, but I think by that point we kind of just had to take what we had and run with it and trust.
Yeah, of course. Jake, for you, was this process a little bit easier because you were sort of embodying someone that you grew up with and that you looked at a lot?
I don't know if I would say easier. I don't really have something to compare it to, but I will say it was easier to understand, Bobby's approach to things because we have a lot of obviously the same mannerisms and the same outlooks. So it was definitely, there was definitely a lot less sort of mystique to uncover, and it felt almost like a very intimate interview process getting to create this character with him.
Cool. That's kind of
I love that.
Yeah.
You all have some pretty heavy, jargony roles, from like chief medical examiner
So much jargon.
detective, so much jargon,
So
which is
much.
great because we love to stump our guests. So I'm going to give you a little brain buster, and I want to see who can figure out what I'm trying to say. You can work together, you can compete amongst yourselves, however you choose, okay?
Let's go.
Code this sentence: acute cardiopulmonary collapse with contributory systemic vasculopathy, ancillary studies pending.
Congrats to you.
Something to do with your heart.
Damn.
Certainly a heart attack.
A heart attack, maybe.
Or,
Close. Keep
It's a-
going.
high cholesterol.
Busted artery, a stroke.
I love
It's a
these
stroke.
guesses.
Clogged artery.
Clogged arteries.
Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good. So
blood
it's
clot.
heart and breathing stopped, likely blood vessel disease. So you were getting there, and we
I
need more
knew it.
testing.
Fantastic.
I was going to say that.
That sounds
Just
like
the fact that you said it was
I was like,
Thank you, guys.
I was like, you can take that question. Thank you very much. And you guys obviously had so much heavy subject matter in these roles. How did you blow off steam as a group? You said you guys filmed with the other timeline, so to speak. How did you guys as a group kind of blow off steam, if at all?
it was tricky, honestly.
it was tricky. Yeah.
It's a really weird thing to navigate, basically doing two TV shows at once. One of them you're not a part of, but you need to stay connected to. So we had a great family dinner at the start to kind of get us all on the same page. And then I think, like Rosie said many times, when the ball is rolling, you just you show up the way that you need to when you need to, and then you rest on your downtime as much as you can. So I don't know. What about you guys?
Yeah, I don't know. You also sort of frighteningly get kind of immune to it the more you do it, especially the silicone bodies. That when we had actors playing their dead bodies in the scene, I never got used to that. That always felt quite overwhelming. But
So
the silicone
vulnerable.
bodies in the morgue, that kind of started to just feel like they were pretend, I hope, but you just kind of got used to that side of things.
Makes sense.
The cracking of the rib cage.
Oh my God,
was,
I know.
crazy.
You
for
were
me.
you were in Nicole's hometown of Nashville. Did she show you guys around at all?
Well, we barely saw them.
Yeah.
It
Right.
truly was like we were in different shows.
She also has other things going on while she's filming. So it's like, she'll be off at some sort of press thing and come back. So there's a lot of navigation. She's got a very full, very busy life. So.
Well, you guys smashed it. It was such a pleasure. I mean, it's a weird way to say it because it is such a dark and twisted kind of show, but it was a joy to watch you guys embody these roles. And,
Absolutely.
And thank you so much for your time. It was
Thank you.
a joy
Thank
to
you.
talk to you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.
They were so much fun. And this show, it's dark and it's uncomfortable, but it's good.
So good.
It's so good.
So good.
Out now on Prime.
Out now on Prime.
That's right.
I am so excited for this Oscars episode on Tuesday.
Me too.
So don't forget, set your timers, your alarms. We're talking fashion, glam, all the things.
We are.
Have a great week.
We'll see you next week. See ya. Bye. Mwah.